Weather coverage you can count on with meteorologist Olga Breese and the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
Well, the rain is very persistent. We're getting a little bit of a lull in some of our counties, but for the most part, rain is an opportunity for, I would say, the next 6 or 7 hours. And then towards sunrise, once that warm front lifts north of us, we'll get a brief break before we have another opportunity for rain. Right now on our Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network, we're looking pretty good in most locations, but that one little pocket of heavy downpours just north of Scottsboro, pushing through the high top area and in toward Stevenson will continue for about the next hour or so, but the temperatures are adjusting as well. We've been watching these numbers rise. We spent most of the day in the lower 50s for highs this afternoon and early evening. Now we're starting to see these temperatures push the upper 50s. We will hang out near the 60-degree mark by midnight. Midnight temperature will actually be the low for the day for Tuesday. And then the front will give us the opportunity to really see some warming temperatures above average temperatures for most of this week. We're at 58 right now for Decatur. There's a lot of humidity in the air. In fact, our temperature is at the dew point, so we do have complete saturation there, and winds out of the south pumping in more of that moisture. The map is changing as well. There's a large variant between the 50 degrees for Fort Payne and the 62 degrees we're seeing for Muscle Shoals and out toward Haleyville. That's the warm front beginning to push through, and over time, all of us will be quite warm. So the temperatures are going to keep continuing to climb. We'll also see the opportunity for above average temperatures as we move through the middle, even toward the end of the week. But by the time we get to Friday, that next front is close enough to spark up some opportunities for rain again. And then behind that front, we are going to cool down this weekend back into the 50s, which, by the way, is where we should be for this time of December. So the hourly forecast is basically going to stay pretty static for the next several hours, just varying maybe a couple of degrees here and there as we move in toward the 8 a.m. hour. The rain chances are fairly persistent overnight, but once we get to sunrise, I think after 7 a.m., most of us will have the opportunity to maybe see a few breaks in that cloud cover, get a peek of sunshine in there, but the temperatures will be mild. So if you have the early morning dog walking duties, you might want to hold off till after about 7 a.m. and then we should have the opportunity for maybe a little less rain moving through. You might be able to get that walk in between a few breaks. So the overall rain chances look like this percentage-wise. As I mentioned, a great percentage until we get to about 8 a.m. And then things start to drop off as we move from noon in toward the afternoon. Yes, there is a slight chance for rain throughout the day, but it will lessen as time goes on. So the hourly forecast model agrees. We call this future radar. We're not too bad early in the morning, but by Wednesday, we're looking at another round of rain pushing on through. This is different on the other side of that warm front. Wednesday afternoon and evening will be damp and dreary. We could have a pretty messy rush hour by Wednesday, but into Thursday, that's when I think we'll get some of these heavy thunderstorms, the pockets of yellow and red pushing on through with that Thursday system. So all told, the next stretch, many of us will see upwards of 4 inches of rain on average. A few pockets could hit 5 or higher, and it's definitely going to be a warm stretch. So the morning starts out with heavy rain chances. By the afternoon, it's still there, but just a little bit less. And the forecast over time is really going to push us up. We should be around 58 degrees for a high. We're going to see lower to middle 70s by the middle of the week. But by the time we get to Friday and Saturday, that next front will give us the opportunity to readjust and have more seasonable December-like temperatures. Our morning lows will stay mild for the short term, but by Saturday morning, we are back down into the 40s.